Alright, today I'm doing a Python tutorial. Um, uh, if you don't already have Python, you can download it here at python.org/download. They've got lots of different options here for Windows or Mac. Once you've got that installed though, you're ready to go. This is one of the first things that you might pop up. This is just a shell. You can test things in it, for instance a print statement, just to see if things will work, and it'll print hello. But that doesn't save a program that you can continue to use. So I'm going to show you how to make a program, and we're going to use Notepad. So at the beginning of every program you make, you have to have this shebang line. I'm typing it right now. You can go ahead and copy that. And this basically tells you what program to run it with. This tells you to run it with Python. So to start out, we're going to just start with a simple statement, print statement. You can print anything. We're going to just say hello world, infamous hello world. And when this is run, it'll open and it'll print hello world and it'll exit. And it'll do it so fast you won't be able to see it because there won't be anything else to do. So at the end of this, we're going to put an input. You don't really need to know what that does right now, but well, basically it just waits for keyboard input. So let's go ahead and save this and test this out. Python tutorial. I'm sorry, having spaces bugs me. Okay, and we're going to save this as a .py file. Just save it, you know, in a folder that you're going to be used to. Okay, save this, and then we're going to go ahead and run this Python tutorial. If yours isn't already showing as this, just choose a default program. If it's not showing up here too, click Browse, and you can go ahead and select your computer, search Python, and there's the Python folder, and select Python. Okay, so select that as a default, and once you've done that, you can run it. And as you see, this printed hello world, and it's waiting for a keyboard input. So if you hit enter, it's going to exit. So this is really boring right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit more interesting by making it say hello to you. So we could just type right here Caleb, but that's boring. And someone else might come along and they want to say hello to them. So in Python, you can assign variables. So you could say name equals Caleb, and then you could say print Caleb. No, actually print name. Sorry, print name, and it'd print Caleb because that's what it's equal to. You don't have to put it in quotes if it's a variable that you assigned, only if it's a string. Okay, so we're going to say name equals Caleb. Later on we can make it to where you can assign it to things, but for now that's what we're going to do. And then right here, if we just put name, it would print hello name, but we don't want that. So what we're going to do is use this cool little %s. Python is case sensitive, so just make sure it's small s. And after that, if you put a %sign and then in parentheses, you can put a variable that you previously assigned and it'll paste it right in there. Or you could put this in quotes and it would actually put name. Okay, but we don't want that. We want the variable name. So let's test this out. Make sure it's working. Real quick. Okay, there it is. It said hello Caleb. So now what we want to do is we want to be able to get your name. So we're going to do name equals. I love this function. It's called raw input. And it will come to name and it'll see raw input and it'll wait for you to type something, hit enter, and it'll make that equal to name. But as you'll see when we run this, you don't know to type name. You can type Caleb and hit enter and it'll still say hello Caleb, but we want some sort of command. Now we could put a print statement up here saying print enter your name blah blah blah. But there's an easier way to do this, and if you put in quotes something here, it'll print whatever is in there. So we're going to go ahead and put enter your name. Alright, so let's see how this is working. Go ahead and run this. We saved it first. Enter your name. You see how it put that? And so we can say Caleb, and it'll tell me hello. and it's waiting for input, I can go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so let's make this a little bit more interesting. Let's make it be able to add two numbers. So we're going to do something similar to this, although we're going to have that number 1 and number 2. And we're going to do raw input and enter your first number. So here it goes. Number 1 equals, if I'm going a little fast, you can always pause the video and catch up. Raw input. We're going to go ahead and put the text that we want to use here. Enter your first number. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing below this. We're going to name this number 2. Enter your second number. Now we have two numbers. We could say print number 1 plus number 2, and that'll go ahead and print whatever we have there. So let's test this out, and I'll show you a problem that we're going to run into, but for now this should work. So I'm going to enter something here. And so the first number is going to be 4, and we can put 9 here. Now obviously 4 plus 9 does not equal 49. So what happened here is these are strings. A string is in quotations. Let me show you real quick. This is a string. This, oh actually that's a number, that's an integer. This is a string. So what it did is it made those numbers that we put input strings. And so if we try to add two strings, it'll just stick them together. It'll just cut them and paste them together. So 4 and 9, 49. So what we can do to help this is we can convert those to integers. So we can do number 1 equals int. I love this function. Int number 1. So this is changing integer number 1 equals number 1. So now we've reassigned number 1, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for number 2. Equals int number 2. Alright, so now those are actually numbers that can be added. Save this and run this. Alright, and there we have it. Whoops. No, whatever. Enter your first number, 6 and 7. And that is correct. So what if they don't want to add, let's make this so you can add numbers more than once. So we're going to use something called the while loop. While true. So since we stuck true here, it's always going to be true. So while true, we're going to keep on doing this over and over and over. So we're going to indent so it's under the loop. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and we do not need this input anymore because it's going to keep on looping. So now it's going to come over here, it's going to do all this stuff, and it's going to come back to the top, and it's going to do it all over again. So I'll show you what this is going to do now, and let's go ahead and try this out. 6 and 7, then we can do it again. 3 and 4, 9 9, and that long number, and it keeps on going on and on and on. So those are just some of the basic commands, kind of familiarize you with it, show you how you can do so many stuff, because there's so many commands out there. And congratulations, you just made your first program. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Hope you learned something from all this jabber. And you can add all sorts of new stuff, like requests like what is your favorite animal, and you can enter cat or something. And you just play around a little bit, familiarize yourself with it. There's a lot of good textbooks out there, and just keep to it. Python's a really easy language to learn, and it took me not too long to get up to where I could easily make programs like this. Anyways, I wish you luck on your future programming, and I hope you learned something from this tutorial. Thank you for listening.